Give us a rundown here, Kier. How you feeling?
Let me check. It's 9:15. About to hit up the water taxi. We're going over to Crew Lake. Feeling okay. Shoulders a little. Is it Crew?
Crow.
Crow. Same dip.
So Kieran's motto for canoe trips is, I show up and I paddle. So and he works hard. So that's Kieran's motto. So
I don't plan. I don't look at maps.
For him, we're going to Crew. Everyone else, it's Crow Lake.
Whereabouts you guys coming from anyway? Where's home for you?
Niagara.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Temperature-wise, like the water itself?
Feeling good. You know, pretty excited to get out there.
There's a little bit of humidity in the air right now.
Looks like it's gonna be
pull it down, but again,
kind of rainy today,
minutes,
but
it's gonna get us really fired up.
I like it.
How
you doing, Cait?
Excited.
You like that 3:45 alarm this morning?
No.
Can you give us a rundown of that bag, Kieran?
Sure. We got everything you might possibly need in the world here.
Every year, Graeme, Cait, Noah, and Kieran set off to complete a section of the Venus Link. Due to a last-minute shoulder injury of Kieran's, we adapted our trip to be a loop through the park to allow for less paddling to start, as he could only paddle on one side. Instead of starting at Rain Lake, we would head off to Opeongo. Beginning at the north end of Opeongo, we would travel 3 days to get to the Petawawa River and Cedar Lake. From the Algonquin Outfitters Brent location, we would start our yearly section of the Venus Link, continuing on the Petawawa before picking up the Crow River and traveling a stretch of grueling portages, eventually ending up back at Algonquin Outfitters Opeongo.
What a nice path. This is beautiful.
So I'm just walking the first portage of the day, and I think of the whole day. We're not doing another one today. 1,400 meters, as you can see. Look at this mint path. Like, it's a blessing, really. Used to being in Wabakimi with no path or stopping to figure out which way to go, but this is just a breeze. I'm just walking.
Woo!
How was it?
Amazing.
Go, 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 go.
Great start to the trip. Water taxi was nice and early, so we got out on the water. We're already done the first portage. 1,400 meters, it didn't seem that bad, so somebody's happy. We don't have far to go today. We only have to go to Big Crow. So we just go down Prua Lake a little bit, and then we go up the Crow River, down to Little Crow, and then Big Crow. Where are we going, Noah?
Right to that beach up there. It's like, you see it right on the left.
Like the jut out there? No luck on the diver yet. Throw a little MEPS 1 on there, see what happens up the Crow River. Here's my fishing kit tackle box that I brought. I brought a bigger one on my last trip and I just realized I did not need it. So I have some MEPS 1 and clasps in here, a couple jigs, and then MEPS 3, 4 in there, a popper, and then a diver. This is my all-time favorite bass lure right here. Last year this was the only lure I really used to catch bass, and it's an Excalibur, has a duck bill there. And then underneath my knives I just got my spoons. I got mainly wobblers, and one little Cleo there, and then a knife, a little Leatherman, and a lighter just in case. Algonquin. Good to be back.
Staple for all canoe trips.
We're busting it out early, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Scrub.
Good call on the extra M&M's, Cait. Yeah.
Watch your,
I watched you dump
you're
half
about
the
to get a
bag
lure in your nest.
Yeah.
Catch me a Noah.
Right just out here, we're paddling the Crow River. We just crossed Big Crow, and now we're into the little...
No, we crossed.
Dang it! We just crossed what is it?
Prua Lake.
We just crossed Prua Lake, and now we are paddling down the Crow River and heading into Big Crow Lake.
Little
Little Crow. We just paddled through Proul Lake and now we're heading down the Crow River. We're going with the flow, which is nice. And we are going to be ending up in Graeme?
Little Crow.
Little Crow.
And then
Little
Big Crow.
Crow Lake and then Big Crow. And Rook's just obviously doing awesome as he does. And Graham's doing a little fishing. And the boys back there, Noah and Kieran, are tossing in a line as well. We'll see if they catch anything.
Nice little catch on the Crow River.
It's so nice, eh?
Yes. Really clear.
Sit, Rook.
Not many logs to dodge, you know.
Yep.
No dodging logs over there.
Just arriving to our first site. Hello, Noah, Kieran. Here's the site for the night.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it.
On the campsite. What campsite are we on, Noah?
We are on Crow Lake, Big Crow Lake campsite, just right as you come out of the river.
Nice.
It's just to your left.
Beautiful. And most of the beach sites that are apparently really nice are taken. So Kate and I went and checked that out. They weren't available. So we instead walked around and had Kieran and Noah check out and hold down the fort for this sweet site here. Kieran, what did you recently learn how to use?
This guy over here.
Water filter?
Yeah, it's wicked.
Beautiful. So tons of room on this site. It's massive. As you can see, the sun has come out, the rain is kind of ended, and we're thinking about going over and hiking the Fire Tower hike, which is on the east side of the lake. So we'll see if we end up doing that or not. But it's pretty comfy here. Good morning.
The voiceover for this clip, it was the next morning. We packed up, drank our coffee, and headed out.
We should just do it right now.
We had a short 20-minute paddle and then a 3.7 kilometer portage. Will it be buggy? Will it be mucky? Only time will tell.
Kind of rocky, rooty here, so. Just finished up a little coffee on the shore. 7:30 in the morning, just on Big Crow Lake here. Looks like a fairly nice morning. So Kieran and Noah now just loading up in the canoe. A nice 3,700 meter portage to start our day. So we are really grateful to last night take it easy, played a lot of chess, ate some mac and cheese for dinner, had some s'mores, relaxed in the hammock, and just hung out. So we're really excited for a nice day today on the water. 7,500 meters total of portaging today. So Rook's gonna get a nice walk, and so will we. We're excited for it. Not sure if you can see from the wide angle, but the front of their canoe, often canoes are up and out of the water. Theirs likes to go into the front. So the loon's got to ride the waves in the morning. Nice, Rook.
Oh, you want me to got this on the grill too?
Sure, if you're able to do that.
Yeah.
I can do two. I can do just my two.
Okay.
They always find me. The bugs.
Nice. So kind of as we expected, the portage is in really great condition. It's super wide, really easy and accessible. We have no problem walking down it. It's not too buggy. I think Kate is having some trouble with the bugs, but a nice wide portage. We got an early start, so we're not really rushing. So just kind of take it as it goes.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
My shoulders hurt, but
Yeah. It's the name of the game.
Oftentimes on the portages when you're carrying a bag, it's not necessarily the weight of the canoe if you're carrying a lighter canoe, but it's kind of the pressure from the bag pulling down on you. And that kind of like cuts the blood loss to your shoulders, which can make it more painful on the shoulders. So usually when we're carrying a bag with us, you tighten the waist strap really, really tight and then still buckle the front. So that tends to make things a little bit easier, but that's usually where the fatigue comes from with lighter boats. It's not necessarily the weight of the canoe. So a few different ways I carry the boat. This is just the classic, nice and centered with the two hands right here. Oftentimes though, once you get in a rhythm, you can kind of put one arm out and one arm down. This kind of helps with the blood flow to either shoulder. So those are kind of two ways that I like to carry the boat. And you get a nice pace going. You think like distance equals difficulty, but that's not often true. As you can see, this path is so straightforward. Like you can just zoom along it, right? And something like this, even though it's 3,700 meters, is much, much easier than maybe potentially a 500 to 700 meter one where you're going uphill or you're bushwhacking or you don't know where the entry point is. So portaging is not necessarily distance. It's often all the other factors that come along with the actual portage. So you can hear the jingle bell. Cait came back and Kieran also came back to help Noah and I. So even though we single carry, sometimes some of us go a little bit slower just because of brakes and things. And then when the next person takes a break up ahead, they usually loop back and come help. So I can see my gear up here. I'll take my break there. Big Crow to Hogan is right here. It says 3,750. And then on the right, there's a cart trail sign. So you don't want to take the cart trail because that's almost 7 kilometers. Looks like we're climbing a little here. So we're gaining elevation now. At the end of this hill, I think it's like 415 meters. And the lake was at like 355, 360. And the highest point is 455. So there's probably 2 very significant climbs over the course of the portage, but near the end, it gets much more steep. So the height on the map where it says 455 is the highest point, and only the last like 1/8 of the portage shows going down. So it's probably easier going this way over time versus just going straight up at the beginning, coming from the other way. It's quite a climb. So after the cart path, it goes straight up for quite a bit. And like, that's as soon as you start getting down on yourself, right? You're like, oh, I'm carrying a really heavy pack. I have the heavier canoe, but it doesn't matter. That's why we start at 7:30 in the morning. So, and that's even considered late for us, but it's just you take your time. Need a break, take it. There's a certain level of push you have to push through, but then there's a certain level where you need to acknowledge you need to take a break. So I'm getting pretty gassed here. We're getting near the end, but we still have a little bit to climb up to the 415 height. And then I'm guessing it's gonna be straight down, but it did get a lot tougher as the portage went on. Even though it's clear, it's a big climb and it is challenging. So here's that hill. Here's the hill I was talking about. So one last big climb, and then I think it'll go down. I think we're at the second cart trail crossing. Came from there, going there. There's tape. So we're not as far as we thought we were. And it still climbs for quite a bit. We're almost there. We're there. If you're coming from north to south, this is a beast of a hill going this way. Hogan to Big Crow is a big, big hill. Noah and Rook's post-portage ritual, going for a swim. 3,750 meters done.
Good boy.
It was pretty tough near the end. Probably about halfway, as soon as we hit the cart path, we started going uphill. And it kind of continued on and off going uphill. So bit of a struggle, but we made it and we're done half of our portaging for the day and it's still early. So we got lunchtime on Hogan's Lake. Right there. And after lunch, we have a 1,845, a 750, and an 1105 before moving on to Catfish. Beauty spot, right on the corner. Nice and open, bug free.
Gonna fill up the gravity bag with some water from the lake and get some water going.
Good boy. Lunch?
We got salami and cheese on a wrap with mayo.
I am sore. My shoulder.
Took off on this portage. It's going into Manta Lake from Hogan's. It was straight uphill for the first maybe 600-700 meters, so I'm going back to check on them. I was feeling a good flow, so I just kept going, then stopping. I always either try to stop at the very bottom of a hill or the top, never halfway through, so I was able to make it up luckily. So we're gonna go back and see how the others are doing. Probably heard Rook has a bell on him. That's not really for bears. It's not really our concern. It's more just so we know where he is.
Hi.
Hey. Whew, a little bit of a hill to go.
Nice. You're at the top?
We're about another 150 meters. Do you need a hand, no?
I'm all good.
Okay, there is an incline coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Whew. Beauty in here though. Wow.
That creek was so cool.
Bit of a doozy.
Yep.
Let's go get him right across the way there.
Come on. Yep. Good boy. We just finished about an 1,800 meter portage from Hogan's Lake to Manta Lake. So we're just on Manta. It's pretty small. It's not tiny, but it's a smaller lake, and we're just literally cutting right across. And then we've got a 750 meter portage into Newt Lake, and then another, I think, 1,100 meter portage into Catfish Lake.
Made it. Well, we made it to Catfish Lake. We made it to the north end of Catfish Lake. Today, the story of the day was portaging. Over 7,500 meters portaged, one of them being over 3,700 by itself. So as you can see, this video primarily focuses on portaging and the things we do during portaging. However, we did find a decent site on Catfish Lake. It's not one of the many beautiful island ones with cliffs, but I will show you around a little bit and to give you some sights. But we're just happy to find one with some open space and some wind so that we can keep the bugs away after a long, hard day of just straight portaging. So We're a little bit farther than we thought we would be, which is awesome. And so tomorrow we'll either be near the end of the Petawawa or on Cedar Lake a little bit early. So we're really looking forward to it. And everyone's in good spirits after a really challenging day. So I'm grateful for that. Kate's got chili on the menu, so I'm excited for some chili. Might do a little swimming off the rocks and just see where the night takes us. Edible or not edible, Noah?
I guess we'll find out.
Can you just take a bite and we'll see what happens tomorrow?
It's pretty nice.
No, but actually take a bite.
Just do it for the video. Do it for the video.
Whoa, dude! It's on the menu.
Got some chili. This is Noah's like real first rehydrated meal that he like dehydrated and is now rehydrating and trying.
Pretty excited to try it.
So how do you make it?
You cook chili just like you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lay it out on your dehydrating trays.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wait till it's dehydrated. And then you just crumble it up, throw it in a bag. And then to rehydrate, I just boiled like 2 cups of water. And then I added slowly into the water the mix. And now I'm going to stir it up and then cover and wait. I think the key is waiting, which is hard.
There's turkey in there.
Ground turkey.
Nice little fire, no? Crack all that up. Awesome end to day number 2. We were having some delicious dinner tonight. Kate made rehydrated chili, so that was fantastic. Then we did a group swim and we're able to cool off before enjoying some time in the hammock and starting our campfire that we enjoy for some time. We played a little bit of euchre and just enjoying a little bit of fire nut before we go to bed. So fantastic time. Tomorrow we don't really have far to go, so it might be a little bit of a late start, and hopefully we end up on Cedar Lake at some point. But we're gonna enjoy this nice fire and then go to bed soon.